Hi, this is a guide to Digimap for architecture students, and just to remind you that you need to register each academic year. You need to be on a campus PC or Mac, and to download and use AutoCAD you must use a PC on the university campus. Please stick with this tutorial to show you how to overcome most difficulties. A good place to start is the Architecture Subject Guide, which you can find on our Library Services web pages. There's a whole host of library guides to CAS library information. If you click on the architecture link, that takes you into some of the databases, such as Digimap. You can find our subject guides here on the library web page. And then there's architecture. And then here is the Digimap help page. There's lots of information here to help you get into the database. And if you click on that link, that takes you into the actual database. Notice this red box, and then if you click on there, that takes you into the registration page. The library has information library architecture and spatial design library guide has information gateways, databases, guides to journals and articles, web resources, and of course Digimap. This is the guide to how to access Rome and ancient Rome, or the historical maps, and that you need to register on a university campus and that you can't download from home or elsewhere. You need to use our university email to register with the ac.usay suffix to recognise you as a London Metropolitan student. And as we are being so diligent, you need to understand that if you do abuse these protocols, that you jeopardise other people's usage. And if you have any problems, then you just need to phone the IT help desk or myself, Daphne, at d.chalk-birdsall@londonmet.ac.uk. For logging onto the database, so we've got the link here, Digimap direct link via the catalogue, but once you get used to using our online catalogue, you can access it from there. And as I said, you log in with your university username and you select the database from the list. There's also a very helpful Digimap blog, and a lot of students don't realise that we've got historic Digimap or ancient Rome. It describes itself as to view historical ordnance survey maps from the 1840s to the 1990s, and you can search by name, postcode, national grid reference, or click on the interactive map. You can zoom and pan between locations and time periods, a timeline illustration for which time periods maps exist in any given area. That's very useful. This is what the link looks like from our library catalogue. And notice that the blue is in this red box, and you can just click on that. It also goes over all the what you need to do in order to access it, so it reminds you there as well. All you need is your London Metropolitan University student login and your password. So I think you're pretty familiar with that. So your student login and then your password, which is generally your date of birth. This is a screen capture of the materials that you're able to access. So Ordnance Survey is highlighted and you've got access to Rome. Carto is a bit problematic with certain browsers, so be aware that there are difficulties. And you can also download Ordnance Survey mapping data for use in GIS and CAD. This is the general screen. You can use this scale to go from location, from planning down to, well, from maps down to planning. The search box is where you would make your search, and you can also collect maps and save them into your My Maps. I've done a search using the postcode for the university, N76, actually that should be PP. And then, as I said, you can overview the map. There's map content control, map information, and a store of your map. This is a view of the Emirates Stadium, or the Arsenal football ground, just next to the Holloway Road Library. And as you can see, I've saved some maps from the Elephant and Castle. So this is actually a store of my maps. And as I've said, you can have street level look, which is this one, a local level look, a much more detailed planned look, and it can go from right from the detailed through street, through local, up to the maps, the bigger Ordnance Survey map. If you go from Ordnance Survey, you can also go to historic maps, and as I said, it's called Ancient Rome. So this is where you can view Ordnance Survey maps from the 1840s up to the 1990s. And again, you can download historic mapping data for use in GIS and CAD if you're on a university PC. So if I click on Ordnance Survey, then it will take me into Rome, and then I need to agree to the copyright agreement. And then it will allow me to go into Rome. If I scroll down and try and ask for the download option, it will come up with an error message now. They've changed it. Oh, it's taken me straight into Digimap. So if I go on to search and put in my postcode, we're back here again. So if I go into data download and try and use it from my home PC, I'll get this error message. So if you're unable to access all data download facilities from this computer, this is because your institution has opted to restrict download access to computers belonging to .ac.uk networks. This computer does not appear to belong to such a network. Please contact your Digimap site representative if you believe this to be a mistake. So I can do OK, but I can't actually manipulate and save maps. I've selected Ancient Rome, and as you can see, there's a timeline for the dates where maps are possible to find. I've put in my postcode N76PP, and I'm going to ask it to find. As you see, it's quite effective and efficient. And these are the maps that it can actually produce for those particular time periods. So the 1870s, the 1890s, the 1910s, the 1930s, and the 1950s. So we're looking at the earliest map. If I click on the 1890s, you can see how urbanisation has kicked in. If we select 1910, and all these views you can save to your map chest. 1930s, looking a bit more dense, and then of course 1950s. Although it's highlighted, it's saying there's no historic maps of this location available. To conclude, Digimap is supported by helpful Adena staff, and they're always willing to help you if you get stuck, so you can email them. And I'm Daphne Chalk-Birdsall, the Architecture Academic Liaison Librarian, and if you need any more help,
with Digimap or any of the electronic databases we have subscriptions for, please feel free to email me at d.chalk-birdsall@londonmet.ac.uk. Good luck with your studies.